Yates, live and in person. Now you got me in the afternoon, live, vertical form, YouTube. Why? A couple different reasons. I like being raw and real, going live, because in today's world of AI, over-edited, over-polished, you never know what is bullshit, what's not real. And so it's nice to see stuff that is authentic, especially stuff that is live. You don't know what's going to happen. It adds to the excitement, but it also adds to, is this real or is this AI? Hey, this is me, everybody. I'm Cliff Yates. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, hit that button. You're not going to be disappointed. Always trying to share stuff of great value. The best way I learn things is to learn things of value and then share them here on my channel, because then I take more notice of what I'm learning, because I know I'm going to be sharing them, and that way I learn it better and it just doesn't flow in and flow out. I commit it to myself. Hey, thanks for checking in. Glad you're here. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, everything's always positivity. It's always authentic and raw and real when I go live. I like to go live on vertical form of YouTube because it gets shown in the shorts feed, and then I usually am contacted by people who aren't already subscribers. And so we are building a community of progress here on the channel. It's really about self-improvement, discipline, and personal growth. But I wanted to come on the way to dinner. I'm on the way to dinner today. Now, if you're a high achiever, which I am, or I like to count myself as a high achiever, someone who's highly motivated, trying to be more productive every day in every way, trying to get better and better, then we can always kind of get caught up in scheduling, over-scheduling what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. And so in that realm, we also have to remember to be flexible. So I had friends who had mentioned getting together today, this Tuesday evening, and I never heard from them. And so I scheduled a late tennis match, and then I was recording a podcast tonight, and then I did hear from them. They got caught up, but them and another couple, they're going to this place, and they apologized for late notice, but they wanted me to come. And so I squashed the recording of the podcast because it's more important. Maintain those relationships. So important. Sometimes we got to change our schedule to reconnect or stay connected. You know, always be doing maintenance on your relationships. You know, I talked in a previous podcast about that Harvard study that's still going on, 85 years strong, a Harvard study on happiness. They're on their fourth manager right now, because the other three have died, because it's 85 years it's been going on. And so they videotape, they do some studies with kids and siblings and brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. And at the end of everybody's life, they've determined that the key to true happiness and fulfillment in life is the quality of our relationships. So the quality of our life is a direct relationship to the quality of our relationships, not quantity. It doesn't have to be a lot. You don't have to keep picking up people to build new relationships. But if you got 2 or 3 deep connected relationships, that's going to make the difference at the end of your life when you look back, not with regret, but with satisfaction. So we got to keep up on those relationships, and we got to be constantly auditing our circle. But listen, right now you're the most important person, and I want to, hey, the weather in Florida, I know it's up there. It's cold. Yes. Hey, thanks for checking in, my brother. Yes. Hi, how are you? Yeah, it's warm today, 73 right now, sunny, and it was nice and warm on the tennis courts today. But we have to constantly, we have to audit our circle. We got to do an audit of our inner circle, because every once in a while, people get in that we might have to cut back on. We don't cut them out, but we can't spend all our time with them because we know they're takers, right? You know the suckers? You know the people, they're always taking, and all of a sudden you realize they're never putting into the relationship, but they're taking. So sometimes we have to cut back on our contact with them. We got to cut back on our time. that we spend with those kinds of people. Now, if we can bring them up, if we can be a positive impact on their life, and we can make them better, hey, if they're willing to put the time in, hey, then we're willing to reach back and pull them up to our level. At the same time, we want to have an inner circle, maybe where there's a couple people, they're a couple of clicks above us, because we can always be learning from them, and they're going to make us climb. They're going to pull us up. So always audit our circle. And so the two couples I'm meeting tonight, A players, both A players. And so it was more important to cancel my podcast and to fellowship and to socialize with these friends, because we are social animals. Even the Stoics knew that. They knew two things. One, we can survive alone. Two, we survive in social circles. And as high achievers, sometimes we get in our own bubble because we're focused on what we're after. We know what we want, and we know why we want it. And we're in the blacksmith shop on a daily basis trying to get after it. All right, everybody, thanks for checking in. Hey, all right, we got a new sub. Thanks for subscribing. I won't let you down, I promise you that. Believe me, I feel a big responsibility. People who are watching, listening, sharing, leaving a comment, always appreciated. And, sometimes, you're part of the crew. You're part of the relationships. And, wow, you know what I was learning today, and I was studying some things on our mentality, really on our mind shifting. It's really important that we're always in a state of transformation, because we're either growing or we're dying. I spent many years, studying this self-improvement, personal growth stuff. Why? Because at one time I was up against a wall of dissatisfaction, anger, and my job was suffering in the LA Sheriff's Department. My relationships were suffering, and you know what? I said, that's it, I'm done. And I started focusing on another avenue. I was going to become a real estate agent, which I did. And I got my real estate license, and my broker sent me to sales training. Learning how to sell. Well, that one seminar he sent me to turned out to be life training. That seminar really had nothing to do with sales. It had everything to do with living a rich and full life. And that one instructor back in 1991 was Jim Rohn. That's right, Jim Rohn was alive and well, the one who Tony Robbins first worked for. And I remember some of the key things that Jim Rohn said to me in that seminar. And I say he said it to me. When you're sitting with Jim Rohn, it seems like he's talking to you. But I remember him saying, just think about your grandparents. Don't you wish they had taken lots of pictures? Look at the pictures you have of your grandparents. You don't have very many of them. So you know what he said? Take lots of pictures. Take a lot of pictures. Leave behind a physical legacy of yourself so your grandkids can see who you are. Hey, that's another reason. Start a YouTube channel. Can you believe you can start a YouTube channel? You can keep it private. They store your videos for free. Just think, years and years from now, your grandkids and your great-grandkids can look back on your videos that you made and really know who you are, what you were about, what you were doing, what you were thinking, what you were trying to achieve, what you actually did achieve, who your friends were, where you lived. What a gift that is, a legacy to your kids' kids. They can watch you in video. The YouTube will let you store these videos for free. Make some videos, start a YouTube channel. It does not have to be public. It can be unlisted, or it can be private with only the people you share to. And that's leaving a legacy. That really will affect what you're doing now when you realize, hey, I'm doing this not just for myself. I'm doing this for my kids' kids. I'm creating an inheritance for my children's children. That's actually in the Bible. All right, everybody, where are you from? What's going on? Hey, weather in Florida. I know it's cold in upstate. My mom is still in Caledonia, New York, upstate New York, everybody. Yesterday, I think it was 4 degrees. I think last week it was minus something. And yeah, today it was 75 plus. It's 73 right now. Bright sunny day. Yeah, I feel guilty. Sorry about that. Not. And so got the short sleeve on. So rocking, gonna be going to a place for dinner. Mermaids, something by the beach. So I am on the Space Coast, everybody. Let me know where you're at. I'm on the Space Coast of Florida. That is the east coast of Florida, between Melbourne Beach and Cocoa Beach. Just about 20 miles south of Cape Canaveral, where all the launches take place. And I've seen about 100. It's pretty spectacular to see all these launches. It's very inspiring. But thank you everybody for checking in. I thought I'd go live since I did have to make an adjustment with my schedule. Couldn't do the podcast, so hey, why not go live, you know, on my travels, because I could reflect on some of the lessons that I learned today. All right, everybody, I'm gonna let you go. I'm getting ready to cross the causeway here in Indian Harbor Beach. The water is smooth, life is great, but don't forget, the winds of tragedy and troubles, challenge, they blow on all of us. What makes the difference in our lives is the sail that we set. The sail that we set makes the difference in our lives, everybody. That is big stuff. All right, everybody, you know I love you. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Check out the videos. You're part of the community of progress right now. Not an easy crowd, because we set the bar, we set the standards, and we live up to them. We are good for our word. And number one, we keep our appointments with ourselves. And so we build up credibility first with ourselves, and then we know we'll keep our appointments with other people. So important, so powerful. And all right, you know I love you. I'll see you in the next video.